Okay, so here we are. We're here in current reality. We've got this awesome end result, this vision that we know what it is. We love it. It's like, oh man, that's going to be so cool. And if that's all that was involved in the creative dynamic, then happy days. You just, rock on, and there you are in your vision, and it's all happening. But the thing is, you have this third element, which is your belief structure, your fundamental beliefs, and your ego's take on how it is here, like in relation to you, others, and the world, having already figured that all out when you were a kid. It's like, I know how it is. I know the things that I need to do to stay safe in relation to the ways that I'm not enough and stuff like that. So we've got that all sorted out. We've got our orientation. And the ego would love it if you would not mess with that, because like we sorted it out years ago. Just friggin' leave it alone and stay, on track here. But what happens is you mess around with it because you go, oh, but hold on, I've got these things in my heart that I'd really love, and this is one of them here. And what the ego does is go, oh, damn it, all right, well let me just, I can see what you're going for. Let me assess you, others, in the world based on what I know about what's true, in relation to you and the ways in which you fall short. You're not enough, because to create this thing, man, you're not worthy, you don't have, you're not allowed to be capable. There's all these things that are going to need to be addressed first, right? So what it does is, and it does it in a split second, it's quick. The way that it communicates with you is via your thoughts and feelings. So initially you'll be excited about your end result. And then when you're about your vision, and then when your ego feeds back to you about its assessment about where you stand in relation to your vision through your thoughts and feelings in the ways that you're not enough and what you need to fix and change about yourself first, then there's psychological tension that comes up. Because the tension between these 2 points is structural tension. That's just there because here's you, here's what you want. There's a discrepancy, there's structural tension. It's just natural. That's why it's there. It's rubber band stuff. It's like, okay, it's established immediately when you have an end result you want. The psychological tension is established immediately when your ego assesses the situation based on what it knows to be true about you and gives you that information. And then there's psychological tension. If you don't address psychological tension in a certain way, then that has the potential to stack over time. If you keep just going for this thing and you don't address your psychological tension, it builds and turns into stress. Once it's stress will take you out. It won't, your vision won't survive if you've allowed that to get to a point where you're stressed out about it. What happens is your ego gives you, via your thoughts and feelings, these things that you need to fix. So now if you buy into that, if you're like, oh shit, that's reasonable, and because it is believable, it's your thoughts and feelings. So what else do you need to be influential in a person's life, right? If you're affecting their thoughts and feelings, that's influence. But if you have awareness, you don't need to be subject to this. You just need to know what's going on. If you don't know what's going on, what you'll do is you'll go, yeah, geez, I better get onto that. I better go and do these fear eradication classes, if I want to talk on the global stage. And so here you are, you're paying your money, you're locking yourself in for 18 months or whatever it is, and then you get on with it. And all the while, what's happening when you're doing that is you're completely distracted away from your true end result. This has got nothing to do with this, although you think it does. And you think that in doing this, you're moving closer to this. But what you're actually doing is you're stuck in this, where you're reinforcing your beliefs about how you're not enough based on the action you're taking to fix that fear thing that you believe is the reason why you can't have what you'd love. And then the power's going into that, reinforcing your belief structure. And then your current reality is continually reflecting back to you that it's true that you're not enough, that there's ways in which you fall short. So there you go. You stay going around in this flaming cycle, right? And the thing about it is it will cost you resources, time, energy, focus, and money will be utilized here, and energy, but you'll be doing nothing towards this. That's just, no matter how much you do in this sort of dynamic, this is not happening. So I think it really helps to see that. And also we'll talk more about the psychological tension and how to, geniusly work with psychological tension, because there's a way of using this so that you can add that tension to structural tension. All it does then is, rather than hold you back or, turn into stress, it actually supercharges your structural tension. So what you're doing is you're using the higher over the lower, which is what the alchemists were masterful at. You're taking that which is there and you're going, yeah, cool, I know what it is, and I'm going to use that to really kick me along even more so to what I'd love.